Hi, my name is Yuri, and in this video we'll be redoing my forest drinking pool. Come with me. Now I've really been enjoying with this forest pool, but it's time to make some changes. And what has really been bothering me is my hide right there, which is not in a good place, it is not well hid, and much more. I do also have two additional perches right over here, but I've never really used them because mainly they were far away or the birds were not landing too much on them. Now, in my drinking pool on the side where the birds usually land, I have two containers to feel the food in. I have moss, so the pictures look as beautiful as they can get. I have a lot of water, so if the birds are thirsty, well, they just jump into water, make themselves a day. If we all agree, the most important thing is to have a wildlife camera beside your pool, so you actually know which birds are coming, eating, and using the water. Okay, so now we're gonna see what's inside this hide and I will show you everything. In front, of course, I have a small window which is made out of plexiglass and a hole. The hole is the main reason why I'm switching to something else and we're doing something much better so the birds have no chance of spotting you. We've opened the hide. So this is what it looks on the inside. It's got a chair, it's got a small shelf, it's got a couple storing bags. I've had a lot of problems, so I had to lift up the chair a little bit because I made the plexiglass too high up and I couldn't actually see the birds. It's really basic and it was pretty much a test hide for last winter and for this spring, and it was so awesome I decided we're gonna do the whole thing. This thing is so shitty, I have no idea why I used this, but I guess it kind of worked. Okay, so my plan for the pool is pretty simple. I'm gonna get it off these bricks into the dirt and it's gonna be laying low because I want to get foxes, deers, badgers, and even wild boars to come and drink. So my original plan is to widen this whole area up, make this space bigger as it can get, try to get a bigger and much comfier hide. The pool will probably stay the same, but the hide is gonna get much bigger. Okay, now I'm in the lower part of the pool. You can see right behind me. And what I want to say here is that you can see my wall of dirt that I made. So we can actually have a flat surface, and that's why, of course, I needed to make some barriers. And under the barriers is what is important. I have planted a lot of these wild trees which do grow these berries that all the birds eat and they love them. So once these will grow, the birds will have a lot to eat. And you know, that's one way to attract the birds. One more thing I forgot to tell you is my insect hotel, which brings a lot of different kinds of insects to my drinking pool. I think my tour of my pool was now successfully done, and it's start to get this hide demolished and start digging. Let's go. Done with hide removal, now it's time to get digging. One thing I forgot to say is I will not remove the drinking pool because I still want to see which animals are coming, so I can always observe them no matter what, and the pool will be done separately and in the end because I want to do that in a day. End of the first day's digging, and I forgot it is dry season, which makes it even harder to dig because there's not a lot of water and the ground becomes rock solid. It's a bit harder, but I think I'm making progress. I am 450 meters above sea level, which means this ground is full of clay, and this makes the ground even more harder, especially for clay, which soaks up all the water. Because the first diggings were big, but now this is getting even bigger, so it means much more space for me and the birds, so I'm quite happy for that. I've dug out almost half of the water already. That's great. Now this is the clay vein I've been talking about, and it's huge. The deeper I go, the harder it's gonna get. Now clay isn't the only thing that's making problems in the ground. It's rocks like these that are also hard to get out. Now on the other side of the area, I was thinking of making some stairs so I can actually walk up here. Let's try to do them as well. Today, I encountered a new problem. But this one can be fixed. In this area around my drinking pool, I have built 10 additional birdhouses, just like this one behind me. In this one, I had blue tits this year. I've also built an owl house, which you can see right behind me. A tawny owl visited it this year, but decided not to stay. But hey, there's always next year. And if that's not enough animals, I built a bat house right on this tree, so I can have as many animals as possible by my drinking pool. One more meter of dirt to go. Lately I've been getting a lot of different birds to my pool, and one of them is golden oriole, which is a beautiful bird. And I've never had it on my pool before. Unfortunately, I don't have a hide. Let's hope it stays a little bit longer. It took me 7 days, with sessions ranging from 2 to 3 hours long. But this is beautiful. I love the space that I gained. Now it's time to dig out the hide. For the base, I've decided I will use these plastic pellets, which are just perfect for this project. So as you can see, the object is going to be 240 long and 150 wide. You see this black line? That's how the terrain looked before I started digging. To make an easier entrance in the hide, I made some quick, easy stairs. So this is it, all the 3 pellets are inside. Let's start building the wooden hide. Construction of the floor is done. Let's get ready for the walls. Now unfortunately both of the batteries for this bad guy are done, so I have to come back tomorrow. No more juice! Today's progress is enormous. Now we're gonna enter the hide, and the first thing that I'm finding a bit unusual and stuff that I actually need to fix is the hide is a bit wobbly. Because I don't have any support or anything, is merely standing on a couple of these pillars. So I will be installing support pillars which are going to be forming an X, but otherwise than that I think it's looking really gorgeous. The roof is looking amazing. I hate how it's wobbly a little bit, so I have to repair that today because I don't want to crash the hide. So how I will be doing that X, I will be cutting out a piece of this wooden the wooden pillars, and I will be connecting them both together. And let me show you how I do it. This wasn't intentional. Yikes. This whole package costed me about €3. You get what you pay, right? Now, after successfully joining the two pillars together, I can now put some screws inside. This will serve as an additional support system, so this hide does not get flipped over. I have 2 more X's to complete, so let's get ready to rumble. Okay, so all of this thing is done, and I can just feel how the support system is actually doing great. The whole construction is not wobbly at all. I think I made a great job with it. Literally, I have to put all my power to make it wiggle a little bit, and let's not do that too much. I have just ordered glass, so I think it should be here in a couple of days. A long 6 hours without any big breaks. I'm really happy. I'm really satisfied with what I've done today. Unfortunately, I have ran out of juice again in my drill. So this is it for today. It's been a good day, and I will see you next day. The glass has finally arrived. Let's start working the frames. It's been a long day of cutting wood and siliconing the window together, but this is it. I've put some weights on it, some straps to make it tight and to keep it all together, and now I have to wait for 48 hours before I can open it up and see how I finished it. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for the window, I'll be making some walls. Dum dum dum. Accidents, they happen. Another successful day is behind me, only this time the hide is pretty much closed. The only thing I need to do is doors and put the big window inside. Whew, and it was quite a long day. One of the last things to do is to isolate the hide, because I do not want to get any water inside my wooden parts. One last thing before I go. I don't want to kill any birds, so that's why I'm putting some camo netting in front of my glass. So I added additional water drain, which will go straight into my pool, filling it up. Yesterday it rained heavily. All the clay soaked up all the water and is now really easy to dig up and, well, to make some more space for the stairs. So let's do that. Just for an example, I'll be throwing my pickaxe into that clay mine. You see how much easier it is? The basic stairs are pretty much done. Now I just have to make them a little bit more prettier and then we are going to be good. The doors are done and I'm not really proud of them. I think they will be just fine for now. Here I have a little hatch which just opens them up, and on the front we can already see a small gap right here. It's not big or anything, but it's enough to get some light inside, which is definitely not good, and I will need to fix this in the future, but for right now they're just good enough. So we open them up and we get inside. And I think they're good enough. We close them up. So next step is to fill these holes so there won't be that much light coming in from these holes in front and in the back. Now that all the empty spaces that were bringing sunlight into this hide are now completely closed, let's see how much darkness we get. And I'm quite digging this darkness. I still have a lot of work to do, but this is looking really, really dark. And now the next step is to put some material in, so it's gonna be completely dark. Let's do that. Found this black material in my basement just sitting, and I think it was a perfect thing I needed. Okay, I'm done with making the interior. Let's go and have a look. The doors. You have a small doorknob. Right now is just an improvised one. Maybe later I'm gonna make a real one. Come in. And this is it. All in black except the floor, which I will probably paint. But right now this looks amazing. Everything is pitch black in here. I'm really looking forward to photographing in here. The whole room is really pitch black. Let's put the camera outside and see if you can spot me. Yeah, I don't know if you can actually spot me, but I'm jumping inside here. This looks amazing. Anyways, I'm not gonna be jumping when I see birds, so... And if I'm actually standing still, I don't know. What do you think? The only thing left now is to redo the pool and we're done. We have another rainy day here in Slovenia. I will have to put some bricks inside and lift the pool for just like 20-30 centimeters because I could not dig the hide that much in because the ground was just too hard. So now I have to lift the pool up a little bit, just a little bit. I'm also thinking of buying a new plastic sheet because this one has holes inside. Today was another very long day and the digging is literally never going to stop. The pool is in its last phase and let me show you what I have come up with. So this is where the moss is going to be, and then low water for the smallest birds, which are like tits and stuff, and then you're gonna have even lower water, which is probably for a little bit bigger birds like thrushes, and then you're gonna have bigger birds which are like jays. Well, then it stops. I pretty much haven't had any other birds here. Maybe after a long session, I'll take a little bath. The pool and the plastic sheet are pretty much in place. All I have to do right now is go into the forest and get as many dead trees as possible to put them on the sides. This tree has been dead for months, probably a couple years already. And it's perfect. So let's get it cut and bring it to the pool. Now, I'm estimating I will need around 6 of these bad guys, 3 on each side, so I can build a small wall and the birds cannot get to the water from the sides. Only the side I can photograph them. Woo! This big fella was now cut apart, but the hardest part is gonna get him to the pool. It's about, I don't know, 30-40 meters to the pool. While transporting dead trees to my pool, you find an abundance of dead trees already on the ground. And this fella right here, I'll take him because I will definitely need him. I do not know why, but today I feel like a beaver. Now, if you're gonna do this at your home or at your pool, you gotta know that lifting these hard weights can be a problem for your body. And you gotta have a right technique to lift up this heavy weight. I've had many problems in my life because of my back. And if you're doing this, you make sure your posture is correct. more of how is the right way, you gotta ask your doctor or your fitness guide or whoever. Now let's get this last guy moving and to the pool. I'm finally done and all the logs are at the pool. Now it will take me a couple minutes to figure everything out. How to put every log together, because I gotta lift it up above the pool, of course. I'm gonna tell you a little story. And the story goes like that. It's yesterday that I destroyed the pool. And unfortunately, I've been building this hide for a couple of days now already, probably weeks. And lately there was not a lot of birds because it's that kind of time, I guess. And I have gotten a lot of insects. And with insects, of course, there is a lot of bees as well. And bees at this time of year, they don't have a lot to eat. And they drink a lot because of course it's hot and everything. Today, I have been spotting a lot of bees that are just flying around this pool, searching for water. And right now, I had to move because there was one flying at me and it was really angry. So let's hope I don't get stung by one today, but I'm thinking there's a big chance I do get stung. I think I now know the reason why the bees are attacking me, and of course it's my deodorant that is smelling really juicy, really sugary, and of course they're hungry because they don't have any food anymore. I look like a snack? Do I look like a snack? The actual name for the sugary food they eat is pollen. And currently, here in Slovenia, the last pollen they can get is on corn. But corn was done a long time ago. So yeah, they're pretty hungry. After a month and a half, countless hours of working, pickaxing, and building the hide together, I think I can finally say that now is the time. Let there be light. Or in my case, let there be water. And in a couple of seconds, woo! There's the beam. There's the light of my life. Over here, it pretty much stretched the plastic sheet and I almost stripped it apart. But I was careful enough to see that mistake and I fixed it. So we're in a good way. I'm now gonna go and get the most photogenic moss I can get, which is really hard in my place. But let's go and try to find one. The rubber just started to stretch. I wasn't careful enough and I didn't give it enough space. So I'm going to show you how it looks. I have ended the filling of the water and I will come tomorrow with a duct tape or a silicone or something, and I have to fix it because I don't want to give plastic sheet too much chance to start losing water, because this means I will have to do everything once again. I have to be careful, and I'm gonna show you how it actually looks. This genuinely does not mean there's a hole, but small leakage could be optional, and I don't want to give any chances, like I said. Well, I have found some special glue for pools. I've managed to duct tape a little bit it as well, so I think we should be good now. Now the pool is done and there is no leaking, so I'm really happy. I even set it up a hunting camera while I'll be gone, and the water is really nice because it comes straight to the moss. And now what is waiting for me is testing. I need to do a lot of testing, if the heights are correct, if the location is great, and if the moss is great. What I have planned here is to clean all of this mess up and to repaint the hide. So I've repainted the hide, I've redone a little bit the pool, and I've added a walkway. So I guess this is it. This is the end of this video. It was an amazing 2-month pretty much journey, and I've had a lot of fun. Now I have tons of testing to do, tons of adjusting to the birds, of course. And I'll probably be back with an winter update, since it's already going to be autumn soon. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here with me. And I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.